Hello, YouTube. It's been a little bit, but I'm back and I'm going to answer some Q&As today. So last week I posted some Q&A, a little box on my Instagram story asking, what you guys wanted to know or if you had any questions. And so I'm going to go over some of those today. So one of the first questions that I got was if it's true if you're overweight and you drop a bunch of weight and then you gain it back, if it's easier to lose the weight. And honestly, from what I've seen, it really depends on the person. Some people can, drop back down to where they were super quickly, and others, it's almost harder to make the habit changes again. Like they almost have like this resistance to get back into routine with their healthy meals. So I'd really say that it comes down to habits and just that mentality, that dieting mentality to get back there, and how much of a priority it is for someone. So less so than like the body just naturally dropping back down there or anything like that. I think it comes down more to someone's determination and the habits that they're actually making. And sometimes people aren't always honest with themselves and they're like, oh, it's harder to get back down, but when in reality they're just not maybe being as strict with themselves as they were the first time they dieted to get there. So I'd really say it just kind of depends more on the person. Another question was in regards to bodybuilding and people being supportive in your journey, and if I've ever come across people not being supportive. And the answer is absolutely yes. I think it's really common when people that are close to you don't understand the sport to have concerns and to not be supportive, because it's an extreme sport. And so, the dieting, you're getting extremely low in calories, you're doing a lot of cardio, and that can look super scary for someone on the outside and seem kind of obsessive. And in a lot of ways it is. This sport takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time, and it does draw away from other things and just your energy in general to go do things. And sometimes, not being present kind of draws some resentment out of people. I've also seen, individuals not be supportive in terms of like when you are successful. Like they might have seemed to be supportive through the whole journey, and then you're successful and all of a sudden, they're not as supportive as they once were. And I would say it's just kind of like life. You find out who your true friends are and who should be let into your circle and who really want you to succeed, and you kind of lean on those people. Not everyone's going to make the full journey with you, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to be on your journey and be supportive, and so you have to find the people that are going to be there for you. That's kind of what I've learned, and that sometimes means letting friendships go and letting relationships go, even if it's, someone that's in your family, which can be extremely hard. Or just setting boundaries with yourself is another strategy I've kind of learned, and just, maybe you don't discuss that, and, that's just kind of the boundary you have with them, and you change your relationship based on that. So another question that I got was more in regards to workouts and some of my favorite supersets. So I'll go ahead and give one for upper body and lower body. So for lower body, I would say one of my favorite supersets is to do like dumbbell sumo squats with like a really low RDL. I think that when you do glute focus on both of those exercises, you can get a really good glute pump. So that's probably one of my favorites to do for lower body. For upper body, it would definitely be like shoulder supersets. So, some of my favorites are like lateral raises and front raises, or lateral raises and face pulls, like something that's hitting, a couple different heads of the shoulder. I really like supersetting exercises like that for there. Another question was also in regards to workouts and asking what my favorite body part to train was and what my least favorite one was. Well, probably no surprise, but glutes are definitely one of my favorite exercises to train, which is good because that was some of the feedback from our last show is that we just need a little bit more glute depth and a little bit more glute size. So lucky for me, I like to train it. Otherwise, this would be a struggle. But really enjoying my training right now. I also really like training shoulders. That's just another muscle group I've always been able to get a really good pump in. And, who doesn't like to have nice shoulders? So that's fun. My least favorite muscle group to train is definitely biceps. Couldn't even tell you why, other than it feels boring and it is, I don't know, my least favorite exercise. I still do them, and not a ton of them in comparison to other muscle groups, but it's not something that I need to. So, yeah. If you have more questions, drop them below, and I will answer them in the next video, though the next video is probably going to be more related to food prep and kind of showing you how to put some meals together super fast, so be watching for that.